bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
home. Here on The Mark White Show, we're finding ways to make a difference, and we're looking for opportunities to make an impact on our communities. Whether in Alabama, across the country, or around the world, we can all make a difference. And it starts by taking that first step.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Because only Bojangles puts tailgate-ready fresh, never frozen, honey barbecue or buffalo bone-in wings with fall-off-the-bone juiciness right in the pocket. The only way to make these wings any better? With some made-from-scratch buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. So let the quarterback do the throwing, you do the winning. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Bojangles, it's bow time.
With a house surrounded by pine trees planted in 1961, April and I knew it was time to do something about it. So we called James Paul. With over 25 years in the business, James Paul Tree Service offers their knowledge and experience, along with honesty and dependability, which gives you peace of mind when it comes to tree removal, tree cleanup, and clearing. Give James Paul a call at 256-777-0711.
Before they fall, give James Paul a call.
For those of us who are directly responsible for the care of loved ones, we want to do the very best we can to take care of them. This is where estate planning is so important. With estate planning, you can still take care of your loved ones even when you're gone. I encourage you to make a plan by going to BamaEstatePlanning.com. Harlan Mitchell has all the tools you need to make a solid plan for your family, just like I did. That's BamaEstatePlanning.com. Make a plan and do it today. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta and Pensacola. Boutique Air service runs twice daily, 7 days a week with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
Hey everybody, this is Daryl Worley, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. Hey, step up and make a difference like he does.
This old world is full of hurt and pain. A little sunshine and a whole lot of rain. It don't take much to drive those clouds away. Let's all do something good today. You never know what someone's going through. Don't underestimate what you can do. A friendly smile's a tiny price to pay. Let's all do something good today.
welcome to another edition of the Mark White Show. I am your host, Mark White. Right now I have on the line with me Emily Atherton, and she is with Sacred Selections Birmingham. It's one of the chapters of Sacred Selections. You've heard about Sacred Selections before here on the Mark White Show. Welcome to the show, Emily.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you. And of course, I reached out to you because you have a special event coming up in Birmingham, and we want to try to help some very special families in their journey to adopt.
That is awesome. That's what we like. Yes, we have the Golden family and the Davis family. We're trying to raise enough money this year for both of their adoptions. So we would love everyone that can to come out on November 5th to the Renaissance Ross Bridge Resort and help us get these kids into these Christian homes.
Tell me, Emily, what does it take to put on an event like this as a fundraiser?
It takes a village. So we have a wonderful team that volunteers here and just does whatever we need to do to get it going and get these kids into homes. From planning the event itself to getting donations, reaching out, getting sponsors, there's lots to do. So if any of your listeners would love to help, I would love to talk with them about how they can do that.
That's great. Now, Emily, most of the people that I have spoken with that are involved with Sacred Selections, they have a passion for this work. They love what they do to try to help these families. What is it that makes you want to be a part of Sacred Selections yourself?
Well, in 2014, my husband and I actually started our own adoption journey, and we went into the process knowing nothing about it. And we found out about Sacred Selections, and Dana and David Carrozza, who started Sacred Selections, were so helpful in our journey. Sacred Selections provides money to help families who that's really the only thing standing in their way to adopting these children. And that's not all they do, though. They actually help you throughout the entire process with education, just support as you're going through each of the stages. So when we went through that, adopting our daughter in 2015, it was just such a valuable asset that I wanted to do whatever I could to help other families that are in the same boat as we were. So I've been helping Sacred Selections probably since 2015 after we adopted our daughter, Grace, who was number 125. And today, Sacred Selections is at 392 children that they have helped land in loving Christian homes. So, you know, just when you go through something, you can't help but want to help someone else who's going through the same thing. So that's what got me where I am today.
Incredible. Well, we enjoy getting those cards with all those little faces, and Cora loves to look at the little bitty faces as we picture these children with these wonderful families, and I know it's a great opportunity for people to help, in particular right now, the Davis and Golden families, which I know both of them, glad to have known the Goldens all the way back to 1988 when we moved to Center Point, Alabama. My granddad preached at Sun Valley Church of Christ, and the Golden family even know his grandparents, and I knew one of his great-grandparents, as a matter of fact. So I have pretty strong ties. And then, of course, with the Davises, I knew the Davis family from Rustic Youth Camp in Russellville, Alabama, where I went to camp for many years, and they were involved with that as well.
Yes, they are amazing families. We are so excited to be helping them this year. But really, you know, too, even if you don't know the families, when you look at these children's faces, it is just hard not to want to help these kids. And so we're so excited to help, you know, their future children. And if you want to know more about the event, or you want to see some of those faces that we in Birmingham have helped in the past, you can text SSBHAM to 41444, and it will send you the link, and you're able to get to the website, buy tickets, become a sponsor, look at pictures of the kids we've helped, and also hear more about the Golden and Davis families.
Now, one of the things on November 5th, I believe that really is a highlight to the event, is having Cassandra Coleman, who was a prior top 10 American Idol contestant, joining you for this very special fundraiser.
Yes, we are so excited. Cassandra is as sweet and genuine as she seemed on TV. For those of you that saw her, when she heard about what we were doing, She wanted to do whatever she could to help. And we are so excited that she will be performing at the end of the fundraiser, at the end of the auction, the end of the evening. So ticket sales are going fast, obviously. So if you want to come and see her perform, text the 41444 number and get your tickets to come, because I know we will sell out this year.
As we help to fund the adoptions of David and Lacey Golden, as well as Clint and Emily Davis, how are ticket sales going right now?
They are going extremely well. And, thanks to Cassandra coming, we have sold more tickets now than we have ever at this point before. So I do anticipate we will sell out. It's going to be a great evening. We will have a silent auction, a dessert auction, a live auction. And let me tell you about some of the awesome things that we're going to have as auction items this year. We will have a 7-night stay at Cape San Blas in Florida, right there on the beach. An amazing opportunity to bid on that. We'll have a 5-night stay in Orlando, a 3-night stay in Pigeon Forge. We have quilts to auction off, a farmhouse table set, the Character Reference Bible, which is always popular. And with Christmas coming up, I know that these would be amazing gifts for anyone to receive.
Sacred Selections Birmingham is also looking for corporate sponsorships. I did read that. And so if somebody listening right now is thinking about becoming a partner with Sacred Selections Birmingham, how can they go about that?
So they can go to our website. Yes, text SSBHAM to 41444 and click on the Become a Sponsor link. We would love to work with you. We love our sponsors. We already have a few sponsors right now. We've got Hoover Family Dentistry, who always support Sacred Selections. We've got Alabama Ortho Spine and Sports. We love Dr. Mark Rogers, Diamond Smiles Dentistry, and Pizzazz Art Studio. So if you or someone you know would like to become a sponsor, we would love for you to reach out. You can reach out with questions on our Facebook page, which is Sacred Selections Birmingham, and we will be in touch with you ASAP.
I think that's great. And for the larger audience outside of the Birmingham area, we want them, of course, to go to sacredselections.org and find out more about Sacred Selections and the great work they're doing to help families like the Davises and the Goldens to be able to adopt.
Yes, there are people all across the country that are helping families adopt. So if you would like to do that, sacredselections.org is a great place to go learn more about what you can do. Or if you yourself are interested in adoption, we would love to talk with you too. Love to talk with you about the process. However we can help you, we would love that opportunity.
And you mentioned, Emily, Dana and David Carosa, and I do want to make sure that we, again, highlight the great work that they have started through Sacred Selections and the opportunities to be able to help these families, for others to be able to help. We're always looking, if you're like me, you're looking for ways to help people. And when someone like Dana and David step up, it does give you that opportunity that you're looking for.
Absolutely. Like I told you earlier in the show, when we had always, my husband and I, wanted to adopt. We knew even when we were dating, we knew that one day we wanted to do that. We just had it in our heart. We wanted to do that. But we did not know where to start. We didn't know what to do, what to expect. And I really believe that without their help, we probably wouldn't have gone through the process, because it just seems so daunting when you're starting it. But, having someone there to help you walk step by step with you through the process, it's just invaluable. And that's what they do. And Dana and David, every day of their life, they are helping families. Day, night, middle of the night, doesn't matter. They just have such a heart for the Lord and for these children. And, thanks to them, 392 kids from around the world of different ages are in loving Christian homes. And I just appreciate them so much for the work that they're doing.
Emily, if it's okay, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, I really would like to talk about maybe some of the challenges that people face when they're trying to adopt, maybe some steps in the process for people who have a desire to offer their homes to these children, okay?
That sounds awesome.
All right, folks, right now we're talking to Emily Atherton. She is with Sacred Selections Birmingham, part of Sacred Selections. I hope that you'll stick with us as we continue to talk about this very special nonprofit organization. You are listening to The Mark White Show, and I'm your host, Mark White.
Something good today. A little wink, a pat on the back, a big old hug, a little laugh. We can make a difference. All we have to do is try. Every day's a chance to change somebody else's life. Let's all do something good today.
Mr. Cecil Batchelor is the one that started this business as Dependable Service Center. And even though now it's Green's Dependable Hardware and we're a True Value store, our tagline is still Your Dependable Service Center. We've tried to keep that alive for all these years. Mr. Batchelor really started a good business. We're really excited to be carrying on a long-standing tradition. It's the oldest retail store in the city of Russellville. We're Green's Dependable Hardware, 15220A Highway 43 in Russellville, Alabama. We're right behind McDonald's or right across the street from the hospital. Number is 256-331-0123.
Your Dependable Service Center.
Located in Tuscumbia, Alabama, the Alabama Music Hall of Fame honors Alabama's music achievers. You can even go into the recording studio and try out your talents as a singer. That's the Alabama Music Hall of Fame, located at 617 Highway 72 West in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give them a call at 256-381-4417. Check them out on the web at alamhof.org. Thompson Roofing and Construction is a locally owned family business serving the North Alabama and Southern Tennessee area. They are a Better Business Bureau A+ member since 2011 and a GAF Master Elite Contractor. Give them a call at 256-952-3309 or check them out on the web at 256roofing.com. They offer free inspections.
Thompson Roofing and Construction.
Is it time for a haircut? Go see my friends Philip Butler and B.H. Parker at Southwind Barbershop, located at 1637 Lee Street in Rogersville, Alabama. Give them a call at 256-247-5658. That's 256-247-5658.
Experience the difference at Athens Bible School. The vision and purpose is to provide each student a quality education in a Christ-centered environment to develop the whole person spiritually, mentally, physically, and socially in safe and supportive surroundings. The solid biblical foundation permeates learning and culture in the classrooms and every extracurricular activity.
This is John from John's Reading Stock. I love the Mark White Show. Trust the mic.
Drives into the city, works extra hard all day, finishes up early so he can get away. 'Cause there's a blue-eyed kid on second base, wants Dad to watch him play. Daddy knows he.
Welcome back to the Mark White Show. I'm glad that you could join us as we continue to talk to Emily Atherton with Sacred Selections Birmingham, part of Sacred Selections. Of course, you can find Sacred Selections, as we mentioned in the first segment, at sacredselections.org. I believe one of the important parts of the conversation as we think about the Davis and Golden families who have a big fundraiser coming up November 5th through Sacred Selections Birmingham is we think about that first step. When families decide that they want to adopt, there can be a lot of concerns as a family decides to be an adoptive family. And I wanted Emily to talk a little bit about that. Welcome back to the Mark White Show, Emily Atherton.
Thank you so much. Yes, I think that is a great question because, like I said, when we were considering adoption, we already had 2 biological children in our home. We didn't really know where to start, and it was just so awesome that I could pick up the phone and call somebody with Sacred Selections and get the guidance to where I needed to start, what I needed to do, how the process would look, how it would affect my family. And that is what I'm doing actually today, is helping other families through that. So the first thing you would want to do if you are interested in private adoption is to reach out to a social worker in your area. And they will tell you all the steps, the first steps you need to take to get your home study done. And as you're doing that, we would love it for you to also reach out to us so we can guide you through that process, help you get that paperwork started. It can seem daunting, but really it's totally doable if you just do it one step at a time. And we're here to help not only financially, but also through this entire grant process, emotionally, just mentally preparing you for things that would come. And we would love to talk to anybody interested in that process more about what they need to do.
I have witnessed firsthand some of the challenges that the families face. And, you know, it is a very rewarding opportunity to be able to adopt. And I've said this in shows before that I'm a beneficiary of adoption. I'm a second generation beneficiary of that because my grandparents adopted 3 children, and I understand what adoption can do, because otherwise, Emily, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
That is awesome. Yes. And like I said, once you see the faces of these children who didn't have anywhere to go, didn't have a family, when you look at their faces, it is hard not to think about them and to think about how you can help them and how you can open your home to them. And when you're looking into the process, and the first thing you'll see when you research adoption is the cost. And it's just terrifying when you first pull that up and you see that a domestic adoption can range anywhere between $20,000 to $40,000. It seems like you can't do that. And that's why Dana and David started Sacred Selections, because they didn't want that to be the only thing stopping Christian families from opening their homes to these kids. So that's why we do what we do. We will help you raise the funds. I will walk you through how you can fundraise, setting up fundraisers, how to reach out to friends and family when you're going through the process for help. It is 100% doable, and we're here to help you. So I would love it if you would like to reach out. You can message me through the Facebook page. I can call you and tell you how you can get through the process. It's just the most rewarding thing you can do. It was the best decision for our family. Our daughter now is almost 6 years old, and her name is Grace, and she is just such a joy in our family. We're so thankful that we went through all the fear that comes with the unknown in the process. Just so thankful to Sacred Selections for the help that they gave us in going through the process and adopting her.
You know, when I think about the fundraiser that's coming up on November 5th with Cassandra Coleman, I also realize there have been some very creative fundraisers throughout the 392 children that have been adopted, just like the photo sessions down in Auburn that have recently taken place or still taking place. And then other people have come up with different ways to be able to fundraise. And I think that's also fun for people to do, to have the fundraisers and get involved with these various opportunities when it comes to creative fundraising for Sacred Selections.
Oh, absolutely. There are so many different types of fundraisers. We've had bake sales. We've had baseball games where you could sign up to play in the game, or you could sign up to come to the game and cheer on the people playing. Just super fun atmospheres. We've had chili cook-offs. That was a great one. We had a couple years ago in November. Taste all the chilies around and raise money for the babies at the same time. There have been fundraisers in NFL football stadiums. So whatever you're into, there is a way to help. And we would love to hear about your ideas for fundraising and give you ideas. So anything you can think of, anything you can do, any talent you have, you can use that for the Lord and for these kids. And we just love to see all the unique things that people come up with.
We even enjoyed a trip to the Nashville Zoo over the summer with the Middle Tennessee chapter, and that was a lot of fun as well.
Oh, that does sound fun. Yeah, I mean, we've had drive-through dinner nights where people could sign up to purchase a meal for their family, and the money went toward someone's adoption. So the possibilities are endless, and especially nowadays with social media, it is so easy to get the word out about your event or your adoption journey. If you want to just sell T-shirts to raise money, lots of people do that. It's super easy. So there's so many ways. It really is doable to adopt nowadays. You don't have to save that money up yourself. There are Christians, there are people around the country that would love to help these children get into homes, and just appreciate the fact that you guys are willing to open your homes up, because it's not for everyone, but everyone can help. And so, reach out. If you're considering it, I'd love to talk to you more about how to start the process and how we can help you.
So maybe, Emily, we've planted the seed today for those who have had a desire to adopt, and maybe on that same token, for those who, as you mentioned, everyone can't adopt, that they find opportunities within Sacred Selections. And let's once again talk about this event on November the 5th and let people know how they can be a part of Sacred Selections Birmingham and helping the Davis and Golden families.
Yeah, so our event is going to be Friday evening, November 5th at the Ross Bridge Resort, which is in Hoover, Alabama. You can text, I'll say it one more time, text SSBHAM to 41444 to get your ticket. We're going to have a silent auction, a live auction, a dessert auction. Our founders, David and Dana Carrozza, will be there to speak with us about the work that they're doing, how you can help. We're going to have Cassandra Coleman from American Idol this year. She is going to be coming and doing a performance. It's going to be a great evening. We're going to have some great items for auction. So I know some of you are already thinking about Christmas shopping. I know I've already started this year, which is early for me. But there are going to be some great gift ideas there too. And if you just want to come learn more about it, that's a great way to come meet us, get more information. You can also just go to our website if you just want to donate to the families. You're able to do that on our website. We make it really easy. You just click the donate button. All donations are tax deductible, so it's just a win-win for you and for the families that we're trying to help this year.
Emily, it's been a real pleasure to have you here on the Mark White Show today to talk about Sacred Selections Birmingham and Sacred Selections, and I hope that this show has helped someone out there find an opportunity to make a difference through Sacred Selections and help these families who want to adopt. And our prayers continue with the Davis and Golden families as well as other families who are pursuing adoption during this time. We appreciate each and every one of them and what they're doing to help these children.
Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to meeting all of you guys at our event.
Again, go to Sacred Selections Birmingham on Facebook. You can also go to sacredselections.org. Find out more about the work of Sacred Selections. You have been listening to another edition of The Mark White Show, and I hope that you will share this with your family and your friends and your neighbors. Let them know what we're doing to make a difference in our community. Of course, you can follow The Mark White Show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and subscribe to The Mark White Show podcast via Apple iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, Blueberry, YouTube, and TuneIn Radio. This is Mark White encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
Who live and love in my hometown. These are my kind of people.
Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta and Pensacola. Boutique Air service runs twice daily, 7 days a week with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
Howdy, y'all. This is Wiggles with Wiggles World in Texas. And I just wanted to remind y'all, no matter what age you are, you can always make a difference. A little smile can brighten up anybody's day, no matter what. You're listening to The Mark White Show.
Don't just throw a tailgate. Own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Because only Bojangles puts tailgate-ready fresh, never frozen, honey barbecue or buffalo bone-in wings with fall-off-the-bone juiciness right in the pocket. The only way to make these wings any better? With some made-from-scratch buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. So let the quarterback do the throwing, you do the winning. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Bojangles, it's bow time.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Losing a loved one is hard, but losing a loved one and not having an estate plan is even harder. Attorney Harlan Mitchell witnessed what not having an estate plan can do to families and decided to use his experience to do something about it. I encourage you to go to BamaEstatePlanning.com or give Harlan Mitchell a call at 256-216-9884. Again, that website is BamaEstatePlanning.com. Let Harlan Mitchell help you with estate planning. Do it for those you love, and do it today. With a house surrounded by pine trees planted in 1961, April and I knew it was time to do something about it. So we called James Paul. With over 25 years in the business, James Paul Tree Service offers their knowledge and experience, along with honesty and dependability, which gives you peace of mind when it comes to tree removal, tree cleanup, and clearing. Give James Paul a call at 256-777-0711.
Before they fall, give James Paul a call.
Oh, won't you hear me, people, when I say, well, let's all do something good today.